And if you can see my face, I'm like so confused. I was like, what, when did I do that? And then Lesa and Chanel just attacked me, and they wouldn't even give me a chance to speak. And I was just so confused about what they're talking about. So funny enough, later on when we fixed things, and I said Chanel, and I was attacked online. I'm still attacked till this day online. Everyone's like, oh, you're attacking like women who are traumatized and went through a lot in their life, and you're threatening Chanel with the police just because you're Emirati. And I kept quiet because what people say don't bother me, and I don't even care, you know. But I was like, what happened there? So then I found out from Chanel that Brooks sent her a message saying, hey, Sara is going to go to the police and put your ass in jail, and she's going to take you down and all that. And Chanel was like, why would Sara do this? And then I looked at the message. I looked at Brooks. I was like, when the hell did I tell you this? She's like, I just wanted to scare Chanel. I was like, using my name?
I want to gab. Today we're gabbing with Sara Al-Madani from the Real Housewives of Dubai. Sara, I'm loving the second season, and I'm thrilled to finally get some time with you because you're one of the few people that I did not interview for season 1. So I'm really thankful to have you on the show today. Thanks for doing this. How are you?
Thank you so much first for having me. And I'm glad we got to do this and we didn't do it season 1. But I feel like we have more to talk about because in season 1, I didn't have much to talk about. You know what I mean? So I totally get it.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. We have a lot to discuss. And we just got the mid-season trailer too. So we're going to break it all down.
Yes.
So how are you feeling overall about this second season? We're pretty deep into it now. Where's your mind at?
So, I mean, obviously the viewers got to see the friendships build up. Some of them broke down. And just like the more you see, the more you get to know each personality and understand the dynamic and who's who and what's what. So I feel like season 2 is an eye opener, and you get to see like a lot of plot twists and a lot of truth comes out because people can't pretend for long.
Are you alluding to a specific person when you say that?
I mean, I play the fifth. Just watch and it's obvious.
Okay.
A lot of people.
Okay. Well, let me ask you something because I just had Taleen on the show last week, and that interview came out today. And I asked her because this was her first season, and there was a long wait between filming and this coming out. And for you, there was a long wait between season 1 and 2 in general. And so there was. I'm curious from you. You were returning, and you kind of how this works, but did any of the cast dynamic kind of shift in that waiting period between what we're seeing now and it airing? Or are things kind of as we're seeing them?
I mean, obviously a lot of time passes between airing and filming. So a lot of things happen, but I would say like the only thing that didn't change is the base of the problem that you're going to get to see in season 2. That didn't get resolved with a lot of people. Yeah. So a lot of things changed, but the base is still the same. So whatever you get to see towards the end of the season is still happening till this day.
Okay. All right. So let's jump into the specific stuff that's happening. So one of the latest things that we've seen, Sara, is during this lunch on the trip that Stanbury planned, you started to defend Brooks, and you were kind of like advising her to apologize and kind of like translating what she was saying because she wasn't expressing herself the best in that moment, I would say. And Stanbury kind of called you like a puppet for Brooks, and why do you have to explain her? I guess to before we jump into like that specific moment, I'm curious what changed in your relationship with Brooks from season 1 to 2, because you weren't great friends the first season, and now you're getting closer. What changed for you there?
So, me and season 1 with Brooks, we got off the wrong foot, and Brooks was projecting a lot in season 1. Like whenever you speak to her, she would always take it the wrong way, misunderstand stuff. And when someone is hurt and going through something, this happens. They feel like everyone's trying to get them. Everyone is after them. And then when I got close to her, I understood that, she has been through a lot, and I am not, I don't have the right to say what she's going through. That's her story. But I can tell you one thing. She went through a lot, and things you guys don't even know on TV, and off camera. So I understood her as a person, yet I told her as a friend that if you do anything wrong, I'm not a yes friend. So I will definitely check you and put you in your place and tell you you're doing wrong. Because if I'm going to sit and praise everything you do, then there's no growth at all between us. I don't want to be a friend that just goes out to have coffee or drinks or whatever with you. I want to be someone that helps you. And if you're not that type of friend for me as well, I don't want that. So I really value honesty because I feel like I love criticism that's constructive and positive. It helps me grow. It's like free marketing strategy for me to grow as a person, right? Yeah. So in season 2, me and her obviously got close. Stanbury was also very close to us. We were 3 of us and Nina. We were close to each other. And that scene in the desert, obviously you see 2 ex-best friends, actually best friends, Taleen and Brooks, of like over 8 years of friendship. You see the friendship breaking down. And Stanbury enjoys it breaking down. I don't enjoy it. So I was telling Brooks, who's my friend, and I wasn't defending Brooks. I was actually telling Brooks to apologize. And I was telling her, talk to your friend. Don't just say it's over. Please just talk to each other. Maybe Stanbury would like me more if I said, yeah, you know, get each other. Let me see your blood drip to your knees, you know, or like insinuate, or I'm not this type of person, you know, and I don't, if you've seen so far, I don't gossip. I don't stir the pot. I don't feel good when I hurt other people, and I don't feel good when I gossip about other people. It doesn't feed my soul. It's not how I was raised. It's not how I am. It's not who I am. So I think this pisses a lot of people off on the show because when somebody can't do what you do and they don't have internal peace, it pisses them off that you have it, you know? And it pisses them off that you can maintain positive and not fall for these traps or, you know, cause issues and that. So in that scene, she was very upset because I was telling her to apologize to her friend and I was trying to fix things. She didn't like that I wanted to fix things. She enjoyed that Brooks is losing a friend and there's an issue, you know? And she enjoyed pulling Taleen to her side to piss Brooks off. And I don't enjoy seeing friends break up and fight. So and it's funny because when I do it for her, she enjoys it. When I defend her, like if you see last reunion, I defended her ass.
Yeah, you did.
I defended Sergio all the way. She never stood for me in reunion ever. So she likes it when I'm doing it for her and defending her, but she doesn't like it when I defend others. And just because she's fighting with somebody, it doesn't mean I should fight with them. I'm not a minion. I'm sorry. I have a personality.
So in her confessional, that like once that moment happened, there was sort of this flashback of different moments where you had stuck up for Brooks and you had kind of advocated for some of the changes that you had seen in her and things like that. And we hear Stanbury say, I can't figure out what Brooks has done to Sara that makes her back her so blindly. And she also said that you're in la la land around it. What was your reaction to seeing what Stanbury said about, again, how your evolving friendship with Brooks has gotten to?
I mean, look, the funny part is that, you know, Caroline Stanbury can be rude, cold to people, dismissive, unaffectionate, and sometimes, like she said, Taleen landed in a guy's crotch in front of her husband and her husband was okay with it. So she can say all sorts of things that hurt people. And in the end, she wraps it up as British humor and we all have to accept it. But she cannot accept that I'm a peaceful person. I don't like drama. I don't like fighting. She doesn't like it. But she wants us all to accept everything she is and address it as British humor. I'm sorry. That's called being an ass. It's not British humor. So, you know, as much as I have so much love for her and Sergio, but love has levels. And I have love for her because we ate on the same table. We were friends at a certain point. So I respect her enough, but I'm not just because I'm a good person and I'm a spiritual person, it doesn't mean I'm a doormat. You can't step all over me. Yeah, sure. Like I cause no shit, but I take no shit. Yeah.
So let me ask you, because you said you had said like you, Brooks, and Stanbury and Nina were really tight as a group, and you're saying all these things about how Stanbury is. When did you not notice that before? Have you seen a change in her between the seasons? What changed?
So basically, it's between seasons, we were all close, like me, Nina, and Brooks, right? Me and Nina are still the closest because Nina is like the oldest one I know out of all of them, right? I've known Nina for almost 7, 8 years. But Brooks is the new relationship I built. So is Stanbury. Now, in between seasons, we caught Stanbury lying to us a lot about a lot of things. And because we were not talking to Ayan and Lesa at the time, and we always said to each other, let's just get over it, let's just be friends again. And we told Stanbury we want to reach out to Chanel, because I had a relationship with Chanel, and she used to always tell us, don't reach out to her. If she talks to you, tell me what she says. So she was like controlling, and for us, we didn't see it as controlling. We took it as, okay, I respect my friends' feelings. We were all hurt by them, by Chanel and Lesa. So I'm respecting myself, respecting Stanbury's feeling, respecting Nina's feelings and all that. Then we found out while we're filming the season from Chanel that Stanbury has been in touch with her the whole time, planning things and talking to each other, while she told us not to reach out to her. So this is why, this is something that happened off camera. This is why you see Brooks agitated a little bit, and I am a little bit upset, but I'm trying to keep it peaceful. But this is what happened. Like she literally lied to us about it. And I told her, I don't respect that, because you wanted us to do what you want while behind our back. Like Chanel showed us the chat ever since the reunion. They've been close, like thick, and they've been talking to each other. But she was lying to us. And I feel like if you were just honest, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's not a big deal. We'll be happy if you're in touch with Chanel, because we all want to be in touch with everyone.
Right. It's good they're friends now. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and I love it. But to lie about it and to control the narrative with us and her, I didn't respect that.
Why do you think she did that? Why do you think she did that?
I don't know, but Stanbury has this thing in her personality where, to be honest, like she hides like the smallest details that she doesn't need to. And I don't know what it is. Why is it like for her to have certain benefits, or is it to control people? Maybe she doesn't even know that she has this kind of habit. I honestly don't know. But as a friend, because I don't lie to friends, so I expect the same treatment back. And to me, lying is a non-negotiable in a friendship. So I don't respect that. And this is why you see us a little bit off.
Right. So is this something that you'd want to bring up at the reunion, probably, to like kind of showing the timeline of what she was saying to you and what she was saying to Chanel?
I mean, yeah, sure. Why not if it comes up in your reunion? Because Chanel was also upset. She was like, why didn't you tell them you were talking to me? Why would you hide something like that?
Right.
So, I mean, it's unnecessary.
Interesting.
But if it's addressed in reunion, it's addressed. If it's not, it's not. But,
okay.
The thing is, I know that like the people who are watching the show, they don't know what happens in our life off camera between seasons, right? When we're not filming. And it's okay if they don't know. And if I have to sit and prove myself and why I do certain things all the time, I feel like I don't have to. I don't mind being the villain in some people's minds. And those who can see the truth and appreciate me. But I'd rather be loved for who I am than to be loved for what I'm not, or what I pretend to be.
Well, I think that's really refreshing too. I think that's refreshing, especially in this day and age. I think something that I notice on a lot of reality shows is everyone wants to be liked by everybody, but that's kind of an unrealistic desire, I think, because not everybody is for everybody. And I think it's if you want to just stay yourself and acknowledge that, I think that's pretty refreshing. Yeah, really.
No, I'm not a Christmas tree to make everyone happy. Neither do I sell ice cream. So my job is to be myself. If you hate it, great. If you don't, great. But I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I don't intend to be. I'm just me, and I'm unapologetically, authentically myself. That's it.
Right. So Sara, the other sort of point of drama happening sort of right now is you said to Ayan that, Lesa wasn't being herself, and you said, is there something that's on her mind or something at home?
Yeah.
And I guess first, like, what were you observing in Lesa that you thought that she wasn't being herself? Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Yeah. So, Lesa is like a super mom, like she takes the kids to soccer, she takes the kids to school, she does the business, she has the husband. So she does a lot. And, like for me, I've done life coaching. And I've done a lot of healing, and I have a healing center. So the thing is, when I look at Lesa, I can see that she's a little bit frustrated, because it's not easy to do all these things. And I felt bad for her. So when I asked Chanel, I noticed that Lesa wasn't like there, or like she was very, like she like she easily explodes, you know?
Short
And I
fuse.
noticed that, yeah. So it's like short tempered. So then I asked her, is Lisa okay? Is everything good at home? In the Arab world, when you want to check on someone and you care, you say كل شيء بخير في البيت. It means everything's good at home. It means the kids, you
Right.
taking care of the kids'
Collective.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you and your husband. And it was so weird when they received it that way. And I think Chanel and Lisa, by now, they know that I'm not that type of person, and I would never talk about your husband or your family or on TV, because I feel like that's a red line and I should never cross. And it doesn't satisfy me as a human being if I pick on someone's personal life. Yeah.
So the issue is that she jumped to the conclusion that you were talking about her relationship when you were not. And that's why when she confronted you,
No.
you deny that you said that, because she was implying that you
Yes.
said, right. Okay. So
Yes.
it's basically a game of telephone, right?
Yeah, I mean, and this is what I hate. I like the girls. I just wish they'd pick up the phone and talk to each other instead of like as a collective bring the issue and argue about it. And some people like you, some people don't, so different opinions. So I just feel like they just pick up the phone and just confront the person directly.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and that's why I liked that Taleen did that in the whole, we saw that game of telephone in the most recent episode. That was kind of great to see that. What is your relationship like with Taleen, given that you've gotten closer to Brooks and she and Brooks are having a falling out? Does that affect your relationship with Taleen?
No, because the thing is, I just met Taleen. And I when I met her, I thought she was great. She's funny. She's a little bit loud, but it's who she is. It's who she is, and you gotta love people for who they are, right? So I liked her when I first met her. I was upset that she's willing to let go of her friendship and stick to Stanbury to upset Brooks. Like it's okay to be friends with everyone, but when you're out with that person every single day and you're posting stories on Instagram and your friend is hurting, and she had a fight with Stanbury for you to protect you, because I remember once we were sitting together and Taleen was crying, like crying, bawling her eyes off, saying like Stanbury spoke about her and she has daughters and she's a mother, and how dare she say that her husband saw her private parts and she fell in another guy's lap, and that Taleen's husband didn't care. And she told Brooks, like, I'm really hurt. And Brooks is like, I will not stay quiet. She's like, I'm going to go and talk to Stanbury about it because I do not want to see my friend look like this. She was literally like, how do I even explain this? Like graphically to you. She was all over the floor crying.
Wow.
So this is why I'm confused. I don't have any negative feelings towards her. I really like her. I like Taleen. But I'm confused because if you were crying and you asked Brooks to help you out with Stanbury right in front of my eyes and I was a witness, why would on the show you act like you were chilled and it's not a big deal, while it was a big deal for you? So it just doesn't make sense to me.
Got it.
Yeah, and I like even in the Queen's dinner when she called her aside to talk to her, like Stanbury didn't like it. She's like, who does she think she is? So and then Stanbury pretended like she is okay with it. So it's like, just be real.
There's
Just
some
be
there's some kind of double talk happening that from your observation in the
Yeah,
script.
it's like be real about things. Don't pretend and don't try to hurt people by taking their friends or just be real about it. And look, I'm not insinuating or saying that Brooks's behavior is completely fine. No, not at all. There are so many times where I take Brooks aside and I tell, listen, this is wrong. Whatever you're saying, I will not say it in front of the girls because I respect her, unless there was like a public issue and a public fight, right? So I would call her and tell her, listen, what you're doing is wrong. Like, this is disrespectful, not only to them, but to yourself. So I don't agree with Brooks's actions all the time. But I also don't agree with the girls' actions all the time. But I'm friends with Brooks, and just because friends mess up, you don't walk away from them,
Right. Yeah.
Unless they've done something extremely bad and big that you can't, go back to.
So we got the mid-season trailer recently, Sarah, and in that trailer, we see you having some trouble with Akin, the guy that we have seen you introduce to your son, and all that. Okay, so I guess first of all, backtrack a little bit.
Yes.
Your castmates did not believe you when you said that you two had not kissed and that you were just friends. He is not your boyfriend yet. What was your reaction to seeing their reaction to that and some of those confessionals?
I'm shocked. Since when do women have to immediately jump on a guy's lap and immediately sleep with him and make out with him just to get him, you know? It's for us in our culture, we don't do it like that. Do they kiss? Yes. Do they do things? Yes. I'm not saying nobody does anything, but I don't have to rush into these things because for me, look, intimacy is like, as a spiritual person, intimacy is an exchange of energy, which means it's sacred. If I sleep with anybody, and if, let's say, if somebody's sleeping around, you pick up their traumas, you pick up their energy, you pick up residue of their personalities and everything they've been through in their life. So why would I do that? Who the hell are you for me to do that, right? Similar to people, like people won't even charge their phones into strangers' laptops, you know, because of viruses and the laptop can steal your personal information. But they treat their bodies like as if it's such a random object. But to me, I don't do that. Like, to me, my body's my temple. So when they were shocked, it was funny to me because I was like, oh my God, because you have to set the standard high when it comes to being with a man. You don't just easily just do whatever it takes and, you know, give yourself to him. But I get it. We come from different cultures.
Different perspectives, right? Yeah.
Different perspectives. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. But yeah.
So in the mid-season trailer, we see a tense moment where he hangs up on you. What's to come as it pertains to what we're going to see from that relationship?
Yeah, well, that relationship is non-existent.
Okay. That was my next question.
You'll get to see what happens in the season. And it's an issue when the exterior don't match the interior, you know? And I'm big on loyalty and cheating.
Yeah.
And I don't accept that. And I will never accept that. I did in the past when I was broken and I haven't done the work, internal work, but after doing the work, I know my worth. So I will never stay or settle with a man like that. Yeah.
Okay. So he was not to be trusted. All right, good. Good that you stepped away from that.
Not at all. So yeah, I ended it right away. I could not take it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I might have okay, no. You know what? Let's keep it for reunion.
Oh, no, I want to hear. Okay. Okay. All right.
I want you to enjoy it in reunion because it's a little bit juicy.
Okay. So any updates on
basically it's about how I found out he was cheating.
I'd love to. Yeah. Okay. That's going to be juicy. Okay. Any update on the love life now? Are you single? Are you seeing somebody? Are you not rushing into anything?
I'm single and I am with high boundaries. I have so much love for myself. I'm not looking for anything because I have so much abundance, but I am open to anything. So of course I love love and I want to fall in love and I want to find the one. I always tell my mom, I might get married 10 times if I have to. And she's like, you already did it twice. Your sister hasn't done it once. You have family members who never got married. She's like, let it go and let the others marry. I was like, Mom, never.
Never.
I was like, never. Why settle? I'm still breathing. I'm still alive. Why not? Love is beautiful.
I did love seeing how adorable your son was with him. And I thought that was like, it's so, I just love his commentary on your life. I think it's very fun. He just lets it fly. He's adorable. He really is.
My son is my best friend, and I've raised my son in a way where I don't hide anything from him. Zero. I have no secrets. So if I meet somebody, if I'm getting to know somebody, I involve him. And if we expect our kids to grow up to be authentic and honest and real, we have to be that to them. And we cannot always protect them from the truth, because what my parents did to me growing up, and I don't want to repeat it, is they always protected me from the truth. And I had to learn the hard way and figure out things when I grew up. But no, my son knows everything. And my son gets straight to the point. He doesn't waste time, just like I do now after my healing. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people do not understand. I don't know if you've seen the scene where I was having a conversation with him about finances and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people are like, why is she speaking to him like that? And I urge every woman to speak to a man like that when she first meets him, because that's something I never did in the past. And I walked in having an image that they portrayed without having a real conversation, and then walking into something I couldn't walk out of because it was too late. I was in love or I was married, you know? So find out the truth, lay down everything from the beginning.
Absolutely.
And if he likes it, if he doesn't, he doesn't. And, you know, the thing is, when I met him, day one, he told me, hey, I'm looking for a future. I want to get married. That's what he said day one. And people think like I'm the one like pushing myself to get married.
Right.
Nope, So I was like, fine, this is the conversation. Are you a provider? Are you a protector? Are you this? Because I'm not doing the same mistakes again. And women should value themselves enough to have that conversation up front. And if it scares a man, he's not for you.
Then that's a red flag. Exactly.
Red flag. Exactly.
Yeah. So Sara, one of the biggest kind of things that I think fans are intrigued by, it's going to happen this season, is the fallout between Lesa and Chanel Ayan. And it's just, I'm speaking as somebody who loves both of them, and they're such a fun duo. And you've had your issues with both of them, as we've seen on the show. But I guess from your perspective, whatever happens between them, was it something that you could have seen coming at all? Was it completely out of the blue? What's your point of view on what we're going to see there?
Look, as I mentioned earlier, I do not enjoy friends breaking up, right?
Yeah.
But I saw as well what Chanel went through because of Lesa, and it wasn't good. Like Chanel was like really, really, really in a bad place because of her. And I don't want to ruin the show because I want you to get to see how it all wraps up and unravels, because the truth is all there. You can't hide anything from the camera. So, but as a person, sometimes you don't have to have judgment. You have to have discernment. And when I see, even though me and Lesa don't have a relationship, like I never got to know her very well, I feel like our energies are different. But when I see a certain person treating people a certain way, I have the right to make my own, to have discernment and make my own, I'd say, healthy judgment about them. And I didn't like how Chanel was feeling.
Okay.
And you'll get to see later on, but it wasn't okay. And it's not okay. And if you love a friend so much, you wouldn't do that to them. So, I'm sad it happened, but at the same time, if Chanel is happy and if Lesa is happy, then so be it. Right. Because I know the viewers love them together, but the viewers have to also think of each individual's feelings. And it's not just like, hey, we want to see you together. It's like, okay, do you guys want to be together? Does it make you feel good? So they're humans in the end, right? But yeah, you'll get to see a lot, and it's a huge plot twist, I guess. But yeah, sometimes, as I said, when you see someone's true colors, you get to decide where you want to put them in your life.
Okay.
So me and Chanel, we got so much close towards the end of the season, even like after wrapping up, we got so close. We're always with each other. We're always talking to each other. And, we were all there for her through everything she went through. I don't know what Lisa's going through. I hope she's in a good place as well, but I'm glad Chanel feels good. That's it.
Okay, good. So last question, reunions coming up. Is there something that you want to address personally? Is there what's sort of top of your list or top of your mind as you prepare for that day?
There is one thing that I want to address before reunion, in reunion, pro, whatever it takes. Like, we need to speak about it. I don't know if you remember last season when in the reunion, when Chanel turned around and looked at me and she was like, Sara, I think she said Sara complained to the police and threatened me. Remember that scene?
Yes, but not.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then I was like, and if you can see my face, I'm like so confused. I was like, what? When did I do that? And then Lesa and Chanel just attacked me, and they wouldn't even give me a chance to speak. And I was just so confused about what they're talking about. So funny enough, later on when we fixed things, and I said Chanel, and I was attacked online. I'm still attacked till this day online. Everyone's like, oh, you're attacking women who are traumatized and went through a lot in their life, and you're threatening Chanel with the police just because you're Emirati. And I kept quiet because what people say don't bother me, and I don't even care, but I was like, what happened there? So then I found out from Chanel that Brooks sent her a message saying, hey, Sara is going to go to the police and put your ass in jail, and she's going to take you down and all that. And Chanel was like, why would Sara do this? And then I looked at the message. I looked at Brooks. I was like, when the hell did I tell you this? She's like, I just wanted to scare Chanel. I was like, using my name?
Brooks.
So, I know. So I was like, Brooks, I was harassed for a whole year for using my privilege against a woman in the country. And I was like, what kind of bullshit is this? And she was laughing about it. And then Chanel laughed about it. I was like, both of you are laughing. I'm the one who like, you know, shit hit the fan at that day for me. But so, yeah, so Brooks just wanted to scare Chanel, and she used my name, and she's like, I'm sorry. I was like, okay, at least when you saw me being attacked in reunion, can you at least come to the rescue?
Right,
She
exactly.
was like, no,
Clear the air.
She was like, I was enjoying it.
Listen, at least she owned up to it. But
yeah, no. Look, the thing is, Brooks is crazy and sometimes out of control. But when she says and does something, and you confront her, she's like, "Yeah, I did it." You know, that's.
Listen,
Yeah,
you gotta respect
thank
that.
God I did not do this to Chanel. Please, everyone, it was Brooks.
Spread the word. Exactly. Okay. Glad we're clearing the air on that. Well, Sarah, this has been so great. I'm so glad that we got some time together.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this has been really great, and good luck in the reunion. You know, I hope we get some sort of reconciliation, some sort of clearing of the air, but I guess we'll see.
Hopefully, I hope so. You know, peace is needed. That's it.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you
Well,
so
Sarah,
much for having me.
yeah, thank you so much, and hopefully we
Thank
talk again soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I want to gab.